Mass Appeal's put out a whole string of albums over the next couple of years with a lot of the legends. Slick Rick has a new one out. Right. Premier Nas got one coming out. So just keep an eye out on these new records because there's a lot of OG rappers that's putting out good music projects out. I just want to shout them out too.
That's a fact.
Yeah, at some point I'd like to discuss how the older rappers seem to be kicking all the younger rappers' ass. And I think this might be the first time in hip-hop history where that's a fact.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I listen to rapping. I listen to a couple new albums from people who I like younger, maybe 20s, early 30s rappers on the way. I had 10 hours of road time this weekend. And then I put on Raekwon, which is a good album. It's not like some spectacular. It's solid.
Yeah.
But it was immediately apparent of like good rapping versus what today's version of good rapping is.
Bro, that Clips album,
good rapping,
might have really
better than good.
Yeah,
it's better
for sure. Yeah,
it's better than good, bro. It might have really been a pivot that hip hop needs. I think
that shit was a real cultural moment. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yes, you disagree?
I think it was a cultural moment. I don't think it's going to pivot anything.
Yeah, I think that, I wish it would, but I don't have faith in that happening.
Yeah, I don't, not at all. We'll see.
I think the pivot started even before that. I think they might be the climax of it. But you are going to have to figure out a way to make your food last.
Yeah.
And it's always good to be able to lean on cultural equity and not just that. I don't want to say any names and insult people, but just that.
I don't even think we have to speak in codes. I think that like just being good at what you do we live in a meritocracy, unfortunately, and if you want to have a long career in music or in media or in performing or anything, like hone on your craft and get really fucking good at it.
Man, look, as much as I
don't rely on tricks. Go ahead.
Cut you off, I'm sorry. As much as I love this Clips album, Push is my guy, nothing against them. This album was a masterclass in marketing. How to properly roll out and market your album, because there's been people that's been rapping at good quality, putting out good music. They just ain't been heard.
I agree with that.
This is independent.
Yeah. Everybody.
So they went. They went and did their thing and got the album in front of the people they needed to get the album in front of. They did the work.
They did. That's what I've been preaching up here for.
No, they did.
Correct. But what I'm saying is there are albums that are as good or better than this album that did not do the work, because so people didn't hear them.
Yeah, but it's a combination.
It was a combination.
Because if they did all of the work, if they went and sat in front of all of the platforms and they did all that shit, and the product wasn't good, that shit's gonna land on deaf ears. I don't give a fuck how many couches you sit on, how many desks you go talk to in front of the people. If the quality of the album was trash, that shit ain't gonna hit like it hit.
Well, that's what I wanted to add to your point, Freeze, because a lot of people have talked about the masterclass of a rollout. It's been and how to market. But it's also been a masterclass in how not to market, right? Like they were really intentional with where they sat, why they sat there, who that audience was, and who was getting this message. I know the people they skipped. And you could clearly see why they are skipping these places versus the normal rollout of a publicist trying to get their act in front of any eye that they all the eyes in the world. Back in my day, they was talking about some when Sarita was bringing me to some websites I didn't want to talk to. She would be like, "Oh, they get this amount of clicks and this amount of impressions and this amount." We have to sit there and like, why? Who are these people? Who is this audience? Who am I even talking to? So they were just extra intentional.
But they could do that as independent.
But even in the interviews, bro, them niggas have a way of...
And I'm not going to keep calling them independent either.
They likable, B.
They are.
Even when you go sit down, like they are performing...
I'm talking to him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, they are performing. They are likable.
But the
way they speak to people, all of that stuff, they just likable men. And so I think that plays a part into people wanting to hear their music too.
How are they independent?
They're independent with the distribution, which now looks not independent.
How are they independent with the distribution?
You own all your shit. You sign a distribution deal that still keeps you indie.
Yeah, you're still technically independent.
Oh, okay, y'all doing that Chance the Rapper shit. Y'all know Rock Nation now is acting as a one-stop shop after they purchased the every arm that they need to act that way.
To be clear, most of the big distributors are though. So I understand what you're saying.
Are what?
Most of the empires and shit, they've been moving like major labels for
a long
decade.
So you view, and I don't want to derail. Y'all view what Empire's doing the same as what Rock Nation.
It's similar.
Is doing.
It's very similar.
It's very similar. Maybe different relationships, but very similar.
It's different in that Rock Nation has
and that's why
vertical or whatever integration. They have management. They have live venues. It's different for sure.
And that don't sound like independent to me, but
I get what you're saying.
Apples and oranges. Apples and oranges. They amazing album.
Do they own their shit? Did they pay for the creation of it?
Well, I don't know.
The clips, as you're saying.
Yeah. Which I was under the impression they did. Maybe I'm wrong, but if they did those things, then I think that's independent.
Bro, they didn't. I don't think they're able to walk away from Def Jam with that album.
Right.
Like you leave, okay, cool, but this is ours.
Right.
And you go and start from scratch and build whatever over there.
All right, maybe I'm a hater. I'm not calling Clips independent because when we sat there and said, "Hey, how did you get away from Def Jam in that moment?" They looked at Steven Victor over here, who has all the clout and cachet and relationship strength that one would need. And if he needed to just write a quick $6 million check, if he did that, then he could do that.
While I
Is
agree
that
with
independent?
you, while I agree with you and I'm with you, I also don't like taking away from independence because they did a really fucking good job.
Yeah, that's what
You know what I mean? Like, I think we should normalize independence looking and operating really fucking well and functional.
I got the right people around me.
As opposed to
Like
finding
you.
a loophole, like, oh, it's not quite independent because Jay-Z's there. And it's like, I mean, is it or is it not? Like, just because they did a good job doesn't make it not independent.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't have anything for that.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah, that was a good point. And I don't want to sound like I'm shitting on Clips because I just love
Yeah, I'm not.
I
I'm
love
not
what they
shitting on
do.
them
I
either.
love what they're doing. Independent, not independent. It's great, and I hope the trend continues of.
I think it will.
But that freedom, what I was speaking to more so is that freedom to be able to, we going here, comes from being independent.
Got it.
That's true, too.
Otherwise, you get what's happening to you. Hey, go sit over here. I don't want to go sit there. Well, go sit over
We
there
have a
anyway.
relationship with them. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say they're not independent because they have Steven Victor and Pharrell and Jay-Z. And
Yeah,
They just have a switch
Relationships.
set up for
They
independence.
said they just did a good job. They did a good
That
job.
too,
of-
yeah.
so
of
it's just a
things
good
moving.
time to be independent.
There you go.
Right.
It sure is a good time. Isn't it a good time to be independent? I'm just saying.
You know you independent. You missed the super chat.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
You are Mr. Super
Oh,
Chat.
nigga, super chat. Dolly, my baby.
All right, enough about knowing. You know what time it is.
Anytime for your favorite rapper to show us something.
Yeah, let's talk about how much money Mark is making.
Neutral button.